Your hands are obviously your only connection with the golf club. And so here are a few of the details that you might find, well, I hope helpful. With regard to the left hand, first of all, how far down the shaft do you want to grip? I remember a remarkable gifted golfer, Dave Eichelberger, who very often would grip with this much of the club showing with his driver. I watched him tee off a number 4 at Riviera many years ago, and he had at least this much of the club hanging out there. Had a driver in his hand on a par 3. It's a long hole into the wind most of the time, 240 yards. And I think that because I've obviously seen him grip with a more conventional length of club, that it's something to do with feel and also how far you want to go. When you shorten the golf club and grip down it, it makes it lighter. Lee Trevino thought that, he was right, and stiffer, and would generally hit the ball lower. Now, I think that the modern champions, many of whom you see occasionally grip down, do it because they hit the ball so far, and they're of course limited to 14 clubs in the bag, that they use it as a way to reduce the power of the club. Almost they can turn an 8 iron into an 8.5 iron by gripping down it. I think that that plays a part in this. It's also to do with feel. And back to Eichelberger, he had beautiful hands. He fit them on the club. He was obsessive about how his hands would go on the golf club. And he had what is called an overlapping grip, traditionally called the Varden grip, invented by a great champion golfer, or at least ascribed to him, from the late 19th century. And that's where the grip, instead of having all the fingers on the club, would butt the third finger of the right hand up against the forefinger of the left hand, and then with the little finger, which was now sort of dangling, wrap it round the knuckle in the space between the forefinger and second finger of the left hand. And it worked if you had fairly lengthy hands. There is a problem though, because most people are right-handed, and the tendency is to want to lock that little finger in as far and around as you can make it really secure. The problem is that unless you've got enormously long fingers, both hands tend to then peel around to the sides of the club and underneath the club, and that's less than optimal when you get into your golf swing. So I would recommend that you always start with the interest regarding the thumbs. You want to put the left thumb slightly right of center and then cover the left thumb with the palm of the right hand, even though that means you can't quite reach as far around that knuckle with your little finger as you'd like. It won't feel quite so secure, but it will actually mean that you have more flexibility here to achieve full wrist action and a better chance of hitting a draw, because that slightly stronger left hand grip benefits you in that regard. So a couple of details. Eichelberger, brilliant golfer. Thanks a lot.